Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. And I'm now joined by women's track senior Kylie Bedard. Kylie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Kylie, you have had an illustrious career, especially in the 4x400 these past 2 years. What goes into your day-to-day preparation that allows you to be such a successful part of that relay team?
Yeah, so we're competing pretty much every weekend now. Obviously, in the fall, it's a little bit more monotonous because we're practicing 5 to 6 days a week with no meets. But day to day, we're putting in the work. I have a great sprinters group team. We're an awesome group. We work really well together, and we put a lot of time in. We have hard workouts. We have tough days. We're obviously, getting the proper rest, proper recovery. It's definitely tough being here at the academy with all of our busy schedules and stuff, but we're really good at prioritizing what we need to do, and we put the work in when we need to do it, and we have a lot of fun while doing it. And our team is, we work super hard together, and just being able to get those results is really awesome, and it just everything pays off when we're able to get a good win in the 4x4. So it's a lot of fun.
Oftentimes, we hear athletes at the academy, they allude to that busy schedule, but I don't really poke and prod. A lot of us have an idea of what your rigor looks like. But let's hear from you, Kylie. A typical day in season, what does your schedule look like on a typical school day?
Sure. So I wake up around 6:30 every morning. We have formation in the morning, so get ready, go to morning formation, go to breakfast, and then classes all day pretty much. As a senior, I'm a little bit less busy than others, but most people have 5 or 6 classes a day, which goes all the way through until the afternoon. And then we have lunch formation at noon. And then on top of that, we got to go to practice after school. So it's a busy day, long hours, meetings at lunch sometimes. We lift at lunch sometimes. So we don't have a lot of rest time. So we're pretty much we go through the school day, and then we have practice in the afternoons, which usually is like hour and a half, 2 hours with recovery and everything. And then we got to go to dinner. So get dinner, eat. And then hopefully start homework by around 6:37. So it's a pretty long day, and then obviously homework throughout the evening, and then try to go to bed at a decent time to make sure we're getting enough sleep to wake up again, do the same thing the next day. So
Well, you're somehow able to juggle all that and still perform at a high level, which is nothing new in track in your immediate family. I mean, your dad was a national champ as a decathlete, both as a junior and a senior. What is the best piece of advice that he gave you that's allowed you to be successful at this sport too?
yeah, that's a great question. My dad's been my role model for my whole life. He's, such a hard worker. He's put the time in, he's shown great results obviously throughout his career as a two-time national champion. I think for me, the best advice my dad's ever given me is just to enjoy myself. Um, this is a really long sport. It's 2 seasons really. We're practicing the whole year, putting in a lot of time. So really the main thing that my dad's always shown me is how to enjoy myself while I'm doing it. He was my coach growing up for a while, so he obviously, puts the hammer down when I need to work hard and I need to put the time in. But really, he just has been such a great supporter for me all along, and just shown me that through all that hard work, when you get the results, you can really soak those in and enjoy your time and just, have fun with it. And, the moment you're not enjoying something is the moment you end up getting burned out. So for me, I've just really taken that all in and just put in the work, and I've just enjoyed getting the results and being able to, be successful and have good people around me, and just encourage everybody else to really have fun with it too.
Kylie, you've certainly enjoyed facing Army throughout your time in Annapolis. What has gone into the success against the Black Knights in your 4 years, and what continues to fuel your program with another star meet looming?
I think our program has done a really good job of, regardless of the results, still coming into the meet with an underdog mindset. I think the hardest thing with everybody with a big team and all that is just getting everybody on the same page with locking in for Army, and just making sure that everybody is doing their thing. But we also have, we have a team of really, really hard workers. And so obviously everybody, wants to beat Army. That's obviously the goal of pretty much every season, that and winning Patriot League. So I think the main thing for me has been, as a leader, just making sure that everybody's locked in, everybody is kind of developing that mindset of like anybody's day, anybody's meet. And so for us, we've tried to do a really good job of making sure that our team is never satisfied. We don't want to go to Army Navy, win, and then just sit back and be like, okay, cool, we're going to win the next one. We always have the mindset of making sure that we're all putting that time in and putting that effort in every single day because recently it's been closer than ever. The scores, we've had a pretty close meet. Indoor, it was really close. It came down to the relays. So we've always wanted to make sure that, everybody's coming in with a good attitude and showing that everybody everybody can compete and it's anybody's meet. So
Kylie, what does a typical meet day against Army look like? I mean, what are the emotions, the anxiety? How are you feeling as you go into that specific meet?
it's one of the most stressful days of my year. I mean, I this summer I did the powered flight program, and I would argue that I was almost just as stressed going into the Army Navy meet as I was when I was about to fly a plane solo. So it's a pretty stressful day. It's a lot of anxiety. Every event counts. So it's definitely a different day in terms of the fact that I'm going over and like fully cheering on every single event. It's hard to, obviously you want to do that as a captain and as just a member of the team, but on Army Navy, every point counts. So it's really important to just like make sure everybody's on their stuff, doing what they need to do. And I think the meet itself is just every single event is the most important thing ever. So it's just cheering on your teammates, preparing properly, getting the proper warm up. But also at the same time, with that anxiety, you want to kind of treat it like any other day, treating the warm up like we do the same warm up in the meets that we do in practice. So just making sure that I'm not overdoing it and getting my heart rate so high that I can't even have a good race. So I think it's a balance of, trying to keep that stress and kind of turn that into energy and adrenaline and also cheer on my teammates and, keep that anxiety up so everybody is high strung and wants to do well. So.
Two more for you, Kylie. First, what continues to fuel the success that you've seen in Annapolis, and maybe what distinguishes this particular team from the ones you've been on in the past in your time with Navy?
Yeah, for this team, I've really noticed a just general drive toward the goal of being successful. I think in past teams I've been on, I think there's all kinds of people wanting to do all kinds of different things, but on this team, our big goal is obviously the same for everybody, and so we do a really good job of everybody leading everybody. We're a big team, so obviously, as a captain, I can't necessarily be making sure that the throwers are doing what they're supposed to be doing because I'm in charge of the sprinters most of the time because our practices are just completely different. So it's about trusting the team and trusting the leaders to be able to do what they do and work really hard and make sure that their people are also working really hard. I think for us, since like I said, we're a big team, everybody being focused towards the same goal is really important and has been really important on this team and has driven our success in past years. I think we have a lot of great people and a lot of hard workers, and I'm excited to see what the team does going forward. But throughout my time here, there's always been a culture of one team, one fight, one goal, and we've been successful at it so far.
And lastly, you've touched a couple of times already on the responsibility you have as captain. What does that designation mean to you, especially at a program that you hold dear in Navy?
Yeah, I have wanted to be team captain since I was a plebe. I've always looked up to my team captains about, their leadership and their ability to care about everybody below them. And for me, with my leadership style, I've really enjoyed taking that responsibility and showing my team that I truly care about them. And obviously, as team captain, as a midshipman is a role within the brigade, I think for me, I've been able to really enjoy my position as a senior and as a firstie, and I've been able to take advantage of all the opportunities that I get as a captain. There's been some lessons that I've had to learn throughout this. Obviously, I'm a little bit of an empath and I'm more of a, caring leader, and I've had to definitely sometimes draw that back when people have, needed me to be a little bit more firm. I think my companion Taylor, my other team captain, she and I do a good job of balancing that. But I think making sure that we're just doing our job and caring for people and keeping the mindset of success has been really fun this year. And I've learned a lot, and I've really enjoyed having people on my team that I can trust and I can catch up with, and just, be a leader. But also nothing's really changed since last year when I wasn't the captain. I've just tried to be authentic and be myself.
Awesome. Kylie, a pleasure speaking with you. Best of luck going forward. Go take care of Army. We'll be rooting for you the rest of the way here.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.